What's up, Legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping into Black Ops 7 Zombies, and I'm going to be going over what I believe to be the best ammo mod combination for every single ammo mod we have currently within the game here in Season 2. Now, these are the ones that I stick with on a regular basis, and obviously there are going to be times where I do kind of change out an augment here or there, but for the most part, I'm sticking to the exact same ones all of the time. Now, there's obviously going to be some of you that might disagree with some of these combos, but again, this is my opinion, what I believe to be the best combination for each of these. So hopefully, if you guys aren't running some of these, it will actually push you wanting to try some of these combinations out. Now, I'm pretty sure for a majority of these combos, if not all of them, I have an individual video on my channel representing utilizing that only to kind of showcase the power in which it has. So if you guys are interested in seeing just how powerful some of these combinations are, more than likely you can search it over on my channel and you'll be able to find a video for every single one of these. Now, before we dive into the actual ammo mod augments, I do want to mention something in regards to elemental pop. Now, obviously, if you're running Citrus Focus, you're only going to be taking advantage of the ammo mod equipped to your weapon. However, for me, I think Rainbow Pop is the absolute best augment in the entire game. So I always have this equipped, except for in the case that I want to run Citrus Focus for something specific. And then I run it with Chill Berry to reduce the elemental pop cooldowns, because this allows me to take advantage of all of the other ammo mods and the augment combinations that I have equipped without having it equipped to my weapon. So it allows me to put something powerful like Shatter Blast, which will knock off all the enemy armor and also penetrate, giving me 40% more damage through armor as long as I have it equipped to my weapon. And then I'll be able to take advantage of all the other ammo mod combinations through elemental pops. You'll get those activations a little bit more random, but you will still get them. Okay, first up, we're going to be taking a look at Deadwire. Now, I have Lightning Strike, a bolt of lightning strikes from above, stunning all normal and special enemies in the area. Overall, I just love how impactful this is, and just the area of effect ends up being really wide. So pretty much if you have a giant horde of zombies on your screen, and you get this to activate, everybody within the area is going to be stunned. So it's really nice in case you need to reload your weapon, or maybe you're just finding yourself really low on health, or maybe you need an opportunity to grab some extra ammo from the ammo cache. It does give you a pretty fair opportunity to do so. And the other thing that's really nice about Lightning Strike is within multiple activations, if you were to run this as the only thing on your weapon, you would be able to eliminate all of the zombies or enemies that are being affected. Then, like I said, a couple of activations. Now, alongside that, I do have high voltage to have it deal a little bit more damage, just personally what I like. Obviously, extension could be helpful, or even haste if you want to swap this one out. It's not really that important. But I do say you need to have Aftershock. The enemies that are stunned by Deadwire have a chance to spread it to nearby enemies. Just in case there's any enemies outside of the normal radius of the activation, it can have the opportunity to extend even further, obviously affecting even more enemies. Next up, we're taking a look at Napalm Burst. Now, I've been running Firebomb, which burned enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. I just really like the effect of activating the ammo mod and then having it spread to more enemies than just the ones that it initially hits. So for me, this feels like the best option that there is currently. I feel like Petroleum could be fun, but the problem with ones that leave any sort of thing on the ground is that you have to be within that area or guiding the zombies within that area in order for it to be impactful. But with Firebomb, we are going to increase the burn duration because every tick of damage with Incendiary does have a chance to spread to a nearby enemy. So I feel like the longer the duration, the more likely it is to spread. And then the more it spreads, the more likely they are to explode. And if they explode, there's another chance it spreads. And obviously, it continues to, affect all of the zombies until the effect completely wears out. Then you more than likely get another activation to go off. It's obviously pretty powerful, let's just say that. Next, we're moving over to Cryo Freeze, and I'm still rocking the Ice Cloud. Enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a cloud that slows enemies. I just like the effect of this one the most. However, it doesn't activate quite as often here in Black Ops 7, so I'm still kind of in the air whether I'm going to prefer using Ice Cloud on a regular basis or the new one, Cold Company, which also has the chance to occasionally affect enemies in a small radius. So both of them are kind of similar in function. It's just more so which one's going to activate more often. But I don't spend a lot of time using Cryo Freeze, to be fair, so I really haven't nailed down my final decision on my major augment. But alongside having the Ice Cloud, I am running Freezer Burn to increase damage to frozen enemies. That way, anytime they are frozen, they can die a little bit quicker. And then Liquid Nitrogen to activate the Cryo Freeze more frequently. Next, we're moving over to what probably is the majority of y'all's favorite ammo mod, which is Fireworks. Now, we are starting with Starburst. The Fireworks explodes immediately, sending flares through enemies in all directions. I do believe this to be the best combination, mostly because not only does it continue to fire off, and it is a pretty decent size explosion, you are able to kind of guide the zombies through that area, and any of them that kind of walk through it also are impacted. Now, alongside that, we are running Starlight to have Fireworks launch more flares. This gives them an opportunity to get even more eliminations, and then High Yield to increase the area of effect to make sure that we don't have to, guide zombies through a really small area. in order for them to be eliminated. Next up, we have Brain Rot. And this is the one I actually covered in a very recent video showing just how powerful it actually is. And if you haven't tried this combination out, I'm telling you, you are sleeping on one of the best, if not the best ammo mod within the game. And this is going to be using the Caustic Fumes, which is the new major augment, where the charmed enemies deal toxic damage to nearby enemies. So it's basically like an area of effect that is caused by the zombie that is brain rotted, but that brain rotted zombie will also melee them just like a normal zombie would. But as long as it's within the area of the zombies in which it's even trying to hit, it's going to deal a ton of damage and be able to eliminate them fairly fast. And on top of that, we are running extension to give it even more time to have itself being brain rotted, and then haste to have the brain rot cooldown be reduced. Now, this is most important if you want to run it on your weapon specifically so you can turn the most zombies, but I do feel like just having any opportunity that you can turn zombies with this being as powerful as it is, you're going to want, obviously, that to happen more often, and you're going to want it to exist as long as possible. Next up, we have Shatter Rift, by far the worst ammo mod in the game. However, there's good news. It is the best at something, and that is taking on elites. So if you watched my video yesterday or my most recent video, then you guys probably saw me cover this one, but we are running Big Game. It's the only ammo mod in the entire game that I actually run this augment on. But good news, like I said, it is the best to have this equipped on. So anytime it does activate while I have my Rainbow Pop, I'm doing that Rainbow Pop extra elemental weakness damage toward the enemy I'm shooting, which in this case does need to be an elite. And then on top of that, I have the opportunity for the Shadow Rift to go off, which does at least, I would say, 40% of the health bar of the elite, depending on when it actually gets activated. So if you are only using the ammo mod itself, it would take like 2 to 3 activations for it to get an elimination just by activating the Big Game. But alongside being equipped to your weapon, it could be nice if you get it down to like half health, for example, and then this activates. It might be just what you need to finish off the elite that you're facing. Now, alongside that, I think there's a couple of different options you could run for your secondary one. I chose to run targeted to drop enemies to fall on the other enemies, basically. Dropped enemies will fall on other enemies. And I don't know if I really noticed it being super impactful, but to be fair, a lot of the augments specifically for Shadow Rift are a bit lackluster. On top of that, we are running super massive. The singularity's lethal radius is increased and can kill more enemies. This is I'm always running just to increase the odds, or at least my hope is to increase the odds of it actually pulling in the elite, giving it more chances for it to actually affect the enemy that we intend it to. Next up, we have Lightmend, and I have to admit this is the one I probably have explored the different options the least amount with. So I have been running the booster shot. The healing glyph can now overcharge health. I think health overcharge is one of the best new features in Black Ops 7, whether you're getting it from the gauntlet or through this, like I said, through the Lightmend activations. I do feel like having that overcharge of health can be pretty helpful. Now, if you choose to run this on your weapon, obviously it's going to happen a little bit more consistently, but I think anytime it does have an opportunity, even through Elemental Pop, to drop something that can overcharge your health, I feel like it's a great way to kind of take advantage of the Lightmend ammo mod. Now, alongside that, I'm running Extra Strength. The healing glyph replenishes more health when consumed. Maybe if you're low on health, it could get you all the way back up to full, or maybe if you're full, it can give you even more on that overcharged health, getting you that much closer to being what is considered the overcharged full health. And then on top of that, we are running Mitosis, where each activation has a chance to create an additional healing glyph. You know, sometimes it's nice to have multiple on the ground. That way, if you take some damage and you move back toward that area, you can just kind of replenish your health at any given moment, as long as it's available. And last but not least is Shatter Blast. Now, this is probably the best ammo mod to have equipped on your weapon while running Rainbow Pop, because you are going to be able to take advantage of knocking off all of the armor from the horde of zombies that you're facing. And also, it does have this lovely minor augment that we're going to get to in a second here. It increases your damage through armor. So for our major augment, we're running Blast Chain. The Shatter Blast has additional detonations. This gives it more opportunities to knock off the entire horde's armor, which is what I like to run it for. If you guys want to use it for big game, you could probably do that. I don't know how beneficial it's going to be. Or maybe you guys want to go the other direction and mitigate a little bit of damage whenever it goes through. You guys are more than welcome to do that. I just find this to be the best one because I'm trying to utilize Shatter Blast to help me mitigate or deal with their enemy armor in general. So alongside that, we're running Blast Zone. It increases the size of the explosion. I just find this to be helpful for increasing the opportunities of knocking off all that armor, and obviously dealing some damage as well. And then Blast Through, which is the one I was just talking about, where weapons with Shatter Blast deal more damage through armor. This is about 40% damage increase through armor, so it's very, very significant. And like I said, probably the best ammo mod to actually have equipped on your weapon, taking advantage of all of the other options that we went through here through the Elemental Pop support. But that is going to wrap things up for us here. Hopefully this will help you guys on your journey to selecting what you guys want to be your main combinations for each ammo mod that currently exists in the game. But thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!